And here we go. Or, here's my favorite. Y'all know that one, right? Sure you do. So today, talking about patterns, syncopation, rhythm, the right hand. What the funk is going on with the right hand? The left hand just knows chords. And what we're trying to do is, you know, I can play this. What matters is the accent and the way the way it hits. Funk is a little bit behind the beat, and it's not just that; it's in the spaces that you fill. So, first of all, this is the third time I've taken this video, so I bet I'm gonna forget a lot of stuff. Also, first of all, Prince is from Minneapolis, not Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, sure, why not? So, what I'm interested in, let's take your guitar. In this case, today, I'm still rocking the beautiful Harley Benton Prince Wannabe. I don't know what the specific name is. It's probably a TS-R2D2 5091. They use weird names for their guitars because, you know, you can look at it and you go, well, that's a Telecaster. So, but they can't say Telecaster because Fender owns that. So they call it a, you know, kitschy kitschy ya ya gaga. I don't know. But, you know, I did a search, Google search for Prince guitar, and this bad boy came up, and I bought it. $160. I've already reviewed it once. The video I published, put up there, everybody was like, yeah, do more of those. So I don't know if you mean more with this great guitar or more with my incredible playing. I think it's the guitar. But so, some interesting developments. Last time I recorded, I ran it through the speakers in my stereo with an emulator, and today we're running through an actual amp, which I've got, and it's really nice, little bitty bad boy, and I've got the phone sitting, the video camera. The cameraman is sitting on the amp itself, which is why it's God tone. Hopefully it's not too loud, but whatever. And then I've got the greatest lighting in the world. So, back to the point. Turn the volume down on your guitar with me, and what we're looking at is relax. Get you if you're in high school still, or middle school, or elementary school, if you will, or college, there is a desk. I would sit at the desk, and instead of listening to the teacher, because who needs to do that, I would start doing that, right? So you start coming up with patterns, and that, at the time I didn't know because I didn't play guitar, but now it translates, getting this flexibility. There's a difference between perfect 16th notes and then swing, triplets, what have you. If I had something that had a rhythm going, I could show you better. What's that you say? Yeah. Oh, pre-recorded. So I'm going to use that to give you an example of the timing and stuff, because you'll follow me. So basically, here's where we are. It's a triplet kind of a swing, which really works great in funk as opposed to... There's two things I'm doing there. There's the accents, punching, pulling, and then swinging it instead of just hitting it perfectly. Imagine 16th notes running across here. You take every other note and move it a little bit behind the beat. Instead of just bop, 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 it's bop, 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 bop. Right? Give a little. keep playing the same kind of chords because in my opinion right now, chords don't matter. When you get into funk and someone lays in, all right, we're playing an A. Play A minor, one finger across the whole thing, mute it. The chords is a whole nother conversation. For now, what matters to me is your timing, tempo. How do we go? So let's get my little click going. So, did you hear any of that where I'm like taking it and playing, messing with the tempo? Got some food. Dinner was good. So, I hope this makes sense. I'm all over the place because I'm trying, I don't want to be structured. I don't want to be so organized that I show you, learn your 16th notes and stuff. It's much more, to me, funk is like the anti-structured music, unless you get into jazz funk. Lettuce, Soul Live, James Brown even, while he was not musically educated, he surrounded himself with geniuses and forced them to translate the stuff he heard in his head. Prince, self-taught. I love me some self-taught musicians because they see things and say, why not? Like my poster back here says, you can't read it, says, some men see things as they are and say, why? I dream things that never were and say, why not? Right? Yep. George Bernard Shaw. My father made that. Not the point. If you're self-taught, it takes a lot longer to get where you're going. If you're taught, you get there and you learn the stuff, but then you have to learn to apply it. So I'm torn. And any educated musician will come through the screen and punch me in the face for saying education is only half the battle. Experience and constantly hitting and doing stuff. Now, let's talk about the guitar. So I reviewed this a month and a half ago, 6 weeks, I don't know. And I still like it. You rarely see a follow-up on a review, so as I give my videos about how amazingly funky I am not, I'll try and talk about the guitar every now and then as well. The thing, still love it, still plays good, still feels good. All the features, I've not discovered anything new about it because it's really the bread and butter guitar that a Telecaster is supposed to be. It's got 2 pickups, knobs, it's very simple. You got other guitars that have more features. This is like the Volkswagen Beetle of guitars. Now, the one thing I'm not too thrilled about is the tuners, because they're a little spongy, which means, you'll tune it and you'll start to turn the thing and the note itself doesn't change. And maybe that's the nut. Maybe it's the tuners. It doesn't stay in tune as much as I'd like, or it takes longer to get it in tune. Which reminds me, as you're shopping for guitars and you're a frugal, cheap bastard like myself, this guitar costs $160. And I've always wondered, what is the difference between a $160 knockoff Fender Telecaster and, say, a $2,000 custom shop Telecaster? And it's going to be the little things like staying in tune and the frets feeling perfect and the volume knob. So as you get out there and you learn to start playing, what I would do for a while is like when I was looking at the Epiphones, the Epiphone Les Pauls, I would pick up a $3,000 Les Paul, play it, get really comfortable with it, and then pick up the Epiphone version and try and find out what's different. Does it sound different? Does it play different? Why is this one $500 instead of $3,000? Which is still insane amount of money for wood and wire. It's just wood and wire. So I feel like Harley Benton has done a great job of getting what matters and putting it in here. If you want to upgrade the pickups, you could. I might upgrade the tuners. I might learn how to tune my guitar better. Who knows? But I really like the guitar. I'm still happy with it, and it still feels like a $500,000 guitar instead of 160 bucks. You know, it was 160, and then there was shipping, which is like 40 or something, whatever. So last thing I'll leave you with is my what I like to call my kiss chord. So back to guitar, playing funk guitar instead of talking. So say you learn your E minor chord. So instead I'll take this, right? So we've got an octave and then that one in the middle. I don't know, what is that? Can you tell what that is? Bam, 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 bam. And then you play it, you go. Now some people would say, no, Bo, you play it way up here. I like it better because it's in the middle. When you go too high up, the tone changes because of where you're strumming on the string. I don't know. I'm rambling. Great guitar. Still love it. It's my Prince Harley Benton TR2D25906OU812 90120. And these are 10s strings. But, you know, if you're just starting out, this is a perfect guitar to get started on. I think my next video I'm going to talk about doing funk with single notes instead of the chords and the rhythms and stuff. And for homework, go listen to Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself by Sly. Because that is probably one of the best examples of single note funk on the planet, where he's playing a single line with single notes instead of your big old complex jazzy chords and stuff. Did this cover anything that was useful? I hope it did. Next time I might have my kids play drum and bass because they're awesome at it. And then, you know, that'll help show how to play off of stuff. Because funk is, man, look at this. These shadows are really giving me some hooters. So I'll hover over. Now look at that. Look how thin I am now. So next time I'll start showing you how to work with a whole band and find that groove. Because the whole point of playing funk guitar, in my opinion, is getting in there and laying in that groove, and it just gets thick. And sometimes you got lyrics that go over it, or a solo, a sax or guitar solo, and sometimes it's just thick. And hopefully when you're doing that, you got a room full of people that can't help but dance, and just something to it, right? And if they're sitting still, you're probably doing it wrong, or they all each individually have a stick up their ass, and you need to tell them to remove that, throw it out because it smells bad, and then get on the floor and start moving and dancing. I don't know, do kids still do that today? It's the way we used to do it. All right, best of luck to you. I wonder if this is even useful. I'm sure it is. I'll find it useful, so I hope you find it useful too. If you got questions, like, subscribe, ding, the bell, Facebook, my MySpace friend. I don't do any of that stuff, man. If you like the video, I hope you like it. And then maybe if I get enough fans, Harley Benton will send me guitars for free to review. Because I feel like I've been doing it wrong all these years, paying thousands of dollars for a guitar when I could get almost the exact same guitar for less than 300 bucks on Harley Benton and their website, thomann.de, THOMANN.de. I'm not getting paid by them yet, but who knows, maybe. All right, thanks a lot, y'all. I gotta come up with a sign off. Stay funky. Yes, the whitest old man you know telling you to stay funky, you little shits.